Welcome to day 1 of your 14-day challenge. I created this challenge for you to have a full body workout and to also start working in your yoga practice to your daily routine. Let's get started. Begin in child's pose. Take your knees out a little wider than your hips and sit back as you reach forward with your arms. Let your forehead rest down. Take a deep breath all the way down into your lower belly and exhale it out. Do that again. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Do one more like that. Deep breath in and exhale. And just come into your own rhythm of breath. From here, move forward onto all fours. Create a flat back, engaging your front abdominals inward. Extend your right leg back, keeping that flat back, and extend your left arm forward. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, keeping your back nice and lengthened. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend. Elbow, knee. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow, knee. Release down to the mat. Keep your core stable and extend your left leg back, right arm forward. Take your breath in. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend. Do that twice more. Exhale. Inhale. And once more. Inhale. Release to the mat. And come into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under and let your hips rise up and back. Settle into downward dog and allow yourself to move into more of a lifted position, letting your hips, your tailbone rise up higher. Your back lengthens and your core muscles engage in. Now it might feel good to bring in some movement by walking out your heels one at a time, or even bending into your knees or coming up high onto your toes. Use this time to get a little more warmed up, but also to really allow yourself to start to immerse in your practice. From downward dog, walk your feet forward to the top. Come to Uttanasana, or your forward fold, relaxing your neck and shoulders, soften your knees. You can hang your arms or hold on to your elbows. Releasing your arms, come up slowly, engaging your hamstrings and your glutes on the way up. Stand tall in Tadasana at the top of your mat. From here, inhale, reach your arms up over your head. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward, lower your palms, and step back into plank. Now create that same feeling of length in your lower back by engaging your front core muscles in. Bring your chest slightly forward. Take a full breath. Then lower your knees and slowly lower for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just land on your belly. And once on your belly, move your hands a little bit back, peel your chest up and come into Cobra Pose. Squeeze your elbows inward, engage your back muscles and your glutes. Now in Cobra Pose, hold for a few more breaths or press through your arms. Come up high, keep your back muscles really strong. You can linger in high cobra or bring your knees off of the floor for upward facing dog. And again, keep those back muscles and your glutes really strong. And then bring yourself back to down dog from there. This time in downward dog, come up on your toes and bend your knees so your legs feel a little bit more springy. As you look forward, you can choose to step or hop your feet all the way up to the top. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise and reach up. And exhale, back to mountain pose at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Plant your hands, step back. For Chaturanga, you can lower your knees or keep the knees lifted. Come down halfway. Pause for a sec. And then you can lift into upward facing dog or go to Cobra Pose. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths here. From downward dog, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower down through Chaturanga from your knees or toes. Inhale to Cobra Pose or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward dog. From downward dog, step or hop to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach up. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. From downward dog, step or hop to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sit back into chair pose, bend your legs, and as you come up, reach your arms up, but keep your core muscles strong, so you're taking most of the sway out of the lower back. From there, lengthen out through your fingertips. It almost feels like your arms are an extension of your back, so you're reaching from your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Plant your palms. Exhale, step back and lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot between your hands. Come up into warrior one. Legs rooted, arms stretch up. Press right from your hips all the way down into your feet. So it feels like you're pushing down into the floor. And at the same time, draw strength back up into your hips from your feet. Exhale, plant your hands. You can choose either to step back into downward dog or take a vinyasa by lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot to the top and come up into warrior one. Again, pressing down into your feet, engaging strength in your hips. Add a little core strength, just keeping a lot of stability in your back. And keep that feeling of extending your arms out of your back, reaching out through your fingertips. Exhale, plant your hands. You can take a vinyasa or step back to downward dog. From downward dog, step or hop to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sit back into chair pose. Engage your core as you rise up. Exhale, stand all the way up to the top. Release your arms. Back to chair, bend your legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot to the top and come up into warrior one, finding that same feeling of strength in your legs like we did on the first round. Now keep your legs as they are and take your hands together behind you. Interlace your fingers. Let your shoulders gently roll back so there's a little more space open on your front side. And just gently stretch back through your knuckles. Curl forward, dipping just to the inside of your right leg. Keep lengthening your knuckles back behind you. Release your hands down, and you might bring in blocks underneath your hands here. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot and just step that back foot up a little bit closer. Create a pyramid shape with your legs, rolling that left heel down onto the floor. And once both feet are planted, draw up into your hips so the legs feel strong and active. Now you can go up higher for less hamstring sensation, or bow more forward to increase the sensation. Inhale, lengthen, looking forward. Bend your front knee, roll up onto those back toes, and bring your hands at least a foot ahead. So I'm using blocks here. You could use blocks under your hands or have your fingertips on the mat. Shift your weight into your right leg. Bring your left leg up to hip height, making sure to engage both legs, pressing outward through both feet, even that lifted leg. Come up onto your fingertips so your torso is more parallel to the ground, and lengthen from the crown of your head all the way to that left heel. Let's hold here for a few breaths. Step your left foot beside your right foot at the top of the mat. Just fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. And exhale to fold. Come back to chair pose, bend your legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands down. Exhale, step back. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot to the top, come up into warrior one on your left side. Once your feet are grounded, take your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and gently stretch your knuckles back, just creating a feeling of openness on your chest. Breathe into that a few times. Curve forward, dipping just to the inside of that left knee, gently lengthening the arms back behind you as you do. Keep both legs strong and both feet grounded. Release your hands down, and you might add in your blocks under your hands here. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot and step up a little closer. And as you start to lower that right heel down, you can straighten both legs. Engage strength all the way up into your hips. And stay either lifted up on your fingertips or bow closer to your shin, depending on how this feels for your hamstrings and your leg muscles. Inhale, lengthen, looking forward. Bend your front knee, come up onto your back toes, and place your hands or blocks at least a foot ahead. Shift your weight forward into your left leg, bring your right leg up to about hip height, and engage both legs. Come up onto your fingertips to elongate your spine and to level your torso so your body forms like a capital letter T shape. Let's hold here for a few breaths. step your right foot beside your left foot, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Come back into chair pose, bend your legs, reach your arms up. This time, bring your palms together and tuck your left elbow across your right thigh. Turn your chest and shoulders toward the right. Sit back into the strength of your legs. Then, keeping your twist, look down, come up onto your left toes, shifting all of the weight into your right leg, and slowly pick up that left foot and step it toward the back end of your mat. So you're gonna step back into a lunge. Now, if you don't quite get to the right place on the first try, just wiggle your toes into place until you find a really solid lunge. Bring your torso off of the thigh, engaging your legs and your core, and you can twist a little more toward the right if you like. Take your top right hand onto your hip and bring your left hand down. Now you may want to use a block underneath your hand. Step your back foot up a little bit closer and place that left hand about 1 foot ahead. So this is really similar to what we've done already, but you're only using your left hand on the block. Shift your weight into your right leg. Bring your left leg up, engaging both legs. Now this might feel like plenty of sensation, so you can stay here for a few breaths or begin to twist toward the right. So you're turning your chest and shoulders back toward the right. You're keeping both legs super strong. And you might prefer to have your right hand on your hip, or you can play around with reaching that right arm up toward the ceiling if you like. Exhale to untwist, step your left foot down next to your right foot and just fold forward. Take a half lift, inhale, and fold, exhale. Bend into both knees, sit back into chair pose, reaching up through your arms. Bring your palms together. Now twist to the opposite side, right elbow across your left leg. As you twist, sit back into the strength of both legs. Look down at your feet, come up onto your right toes, and shift all of your weight into your left leg. And slowly pick up that right foot, stretch it toward the back end of your mat, and step your right leg back into a lunge. Adjust your feet if necessary. Bring your torso off of the thigh and really activate upward into your hips so you have a solid foundation, and then you can start to twist toward the left once again. Take your top hand onto your hip and bring your right hand down, maybe adding a block under your hand. Step your back foot up closer and place your right hand about a foot ahead. And as you shift the weight into your right hand and into your left leg, raise your right leg up. Engage both legs strong. And this might be plenty of sensation, so linger here, or you can start to turn your chest slowly toward the left. So you're adding that twist back in. And just see how that feels. You can leave your hand on your hip, you can play around with reaching your arm up, and keep your breath going. Fold it forward, release your right foot, relax your neck and shoulders. Walk your feet to about hip distance apart if they're not, and loop your 2 fingers around your big toes. Take a breath to lengthen. As you exhale, just soften into the forward fold. Again, relaxing your neck and shoulders. Release your grip. With your knees slightly bent, very slowly roll yourself up to standing. As you return to Tadasana, get grounded into your feet, and specifically, we'll bring the weight over into the right leg. Start off with your right foot grounded, and then bring your left knee up. Now with your opposite hand, take hold of the knee, so right hand grabs the knee, and your left arm will start to reach back behind you. Take some time with this twist. It's really easy to throw your balance off, so don't worry about it if you fall out of it, just go back to it. Now we're going to play around with a fun transition that will link us back to the last pose that we worked on. From this twist, sweep your left arm forward. Send your left leg back behind you and bring this left hand down to a block or onto the floor. You can either place your right hand to your right hip, or as you start to twist to the right, open your right arm up toward the ceiling. So we've been here already. Now we're going to go back to that standing twist. So as you rotate towards center, bend your left knee and tuck it forward so you can use your right hand to grab hold of it. And as you push through your right leg, come up and sweep your left arm back. Now that might not happen in all just one step. So again, don't worry if you fall over, just try it. Let's go again. Reach your left arm forward. Left leg stretches back. You can choose to have your right hand on your hip or reach upward as you twist toward the right. Then tuck that right knee forward, or that left knee forward, and use your right hand to grab that left knee. Push through your right leg as you come up. Sweep your left arm back. And we might as well do it one more time. Sweep your left arm forward. Left leg goes back. Twist toward the right and maybe open your right arm up. And then to come all the way back up, tuck the knee forward. Use that right hand to grab the left knee, and as you come up, open your left arm back. Good, okay, let's release out of that twist. Come back to your mountain pose, shake it off. And just take a few breaths to reground. All right, let's try that on the other side. Shift your weight into your left leg. Bring your right knee up, and with your opposite left hand, take hold of the knee. Turn your chest toward the right. Open your right arm back behind you. So we're getting used to the standing part of the balance. You're really working through that left leg. To make the transition, sweep your right arm forward. Send your right leg back behind you and bring your right hand down to your block or to the floor. Now your left hand can go onto your hip, or as you twist toward the left, you might take your left arm up. And again, really working into that standing leg. All right, let's come back up. Bend your right knee, tuck it forward. Use your left hand to grab the knee. And as you push through that left leg, come on up, open your right arm back behind you and twist. To transition, right arm reaches forward, right leg stretches back. Lower your right hand down. And as you twist toward the left, hand can stay to hip or reach up. Tuck that right knee forward. Use your left hand to grab hold of it. Press through your left leg as you come up. Sweep your right arm back. And let's do that one more time. Right arm reaches forward. Right leg stretches back as you lower your right hand down. Hand to hip or hand reaches upward as you twist. We're coming back up one more time. Tuck your right knee forward. Use your left hand to grab the knee. Push through that left leg. Come all the way up to twist, opening your right arm back. Then release. Turning to the top of your mat, give it a little shake. Hopefully you had some fun with those transitions. It's no big deal to fall out of it. That's all part of this practice. From your mountain pose, stretch your arms up overhead and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find length to a half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. You can choose to step back for a vinyasa or downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, let your knees come down onto the mat and just stretch back into child's pose for a few breaths. Bring yourself to all fours. So we've been working quite a bit with the legs. Let's bring in some heat for the upper body. Bring yourself down onto your elbows. Place your elbows about shoulder distance apart, and you can bring your palms together or interlace your fingers together as you like. From here, step back 1 foot at a time toward a forearm plank. So you want your body to be nice and lengthened like you would in a regular plank. Abdomen draws in, chest draws forward. And then we're just gonna add a little rotation. Bring your big toes together. Twist onto the outer edge of your right foot just for a breath. Come back through center. Twist onto the edge of your left foot. Come back through center. Again to the right foot. Back through center. To the left foot. Back through center. Do one more of each. Right. Back through center. Go to the left. Back through center. Hold in your plank. Push through your arms. And then do a sweet belly flop. Just like it sounds, lower your belly right down onto the mat. You can relax your muscles. Draw your arms apart so you're set up for Sphinx pose. Tone your abdomen in just to support your lower back, and then lift your chest upward. So it's kind of like cobra or upward dog, but a little bit more propped up by using your elbows and your forearms. From Sphinx pose, lower down and slide your hands back into cobra position. From the mat, engage your back, lift your chest into cobra, hugging your elbows in, and also bring your feet off of the mat, engaging into the back muscles, into your glute muscles, and really working to hold that strength as you breathe. Keep that super strong. Stretch your arms straight back and turn your palms to face the floor and engage your triceps to lift your arms up a little more. Exhale, let yourself lower down slowly and just turn your left ear onto the mat and rest. Leaving your arms there, turn your chin forward. Rise back up to where you left off, lifting your chest, your arms, and your feet. Squeeze really strong through your glute muscles. Keep that active. If you want, bend your knees. You can reach back and just see if the feet are within reach. You can take hold of your feet or continue to reach back with the legs straight or bent. We want minimal sensation in the lower back. We want to feel the strength of the back muscles and the glutes. So really check in with how your back is feeling. See if you can get in your breath. And then exhale, lower down and relax your right ear onto the mat. Set that up one more time. Turn your chin forward, flip your palms over, and engage your back to rise up. Stay lengthened or bend your legs and take hold of your feet. Drive through your feet, so you're really using your legs in this pose. You're using a little bit of core strength, so keep that tone of your abdominals in. Lower slowly to the mat and relax your left cheek. It may feel good to bend your knees and rotate your feet from right to left a few times. Release your feet down and slowly bring yourself to all fours. As you get to hands and knees, go through a few rounds of cat and cow. Just moving your spine, coming out of those back bend poses. The next time that you round out your back in cat pose, transition from there into downward facing dog and spend a few breaths in downward dog. From here, lift up your right leg toward the ceiling and take a bend into that knee. You can let your right hip roll open if you like, just opening a little more space on your right side temporarily. And then as we come back through center, bring your right knee forward and just set your right shin down on the mat into a pigeon pose. Now you can do pigeon pose with your back leg stretching straight back behind you, or another variation that I really like is to sit into the right hip and you're creating a right angle with your right leg, but you'll also bend your left leg and create a right angle here. For both of these variations, you can remain upright on your fingertips or lean forward, just letting your torso bow over that front shin. Slowly bring yourself back up onto your hands and just ease your way back into downward dog from here. In downward dog, lift your left leg, bending into your knee. Take a little time to open that left side. And then go ahead and bring your left knee forward. You can set up in your pigeon pose as you did on the other side, and keep in mind that your variation can vary up from day to day or change from day to day depending on how your hip joints and your leg muscles are feeling. So ease into it. We've got a little time to be here in this stretch, so let yourself work into the sensation very gradually. Slowly bring yourself back upright, and this time sit over onto your left hip so that you can swing your legs around to seated. As you come to seated, bring your feet together, knees out to the sides, but slide your feet forward to create a diamond shape with your legs. Let yourself fold over, placing your hands onto your feet or even walking your arms forward. Gradually bring your spine back up. Keep your right leg bent and straighten your left leg, and you can tuck this right foot against your left thigh and facing toward that extended leg, reach up and then fold over. And you can take hold of your foot, your ankle, your shin. You can also bend your leg a little bit and just create a nice balanced stretch in the hamstrings. Bring your spine back upright. Open this left leg out toward the left, so your legs will look more like a V shape. Turn toward your bent knee, and with your opposite left hand, take hold of that right knee. So you're twisting toward the right. Then take your right arm, reach up, and side bend toward your straight leg. You're side bending toward that left leg, and at the same time, twisting toward the right. So you really get a nice stretch down this right side. Come back upright. Switch up your legs, straighten your right leg out in front of you. Bend your left leg and place the sole of your foot to the inside of your thigh. Facing toward your extended leg, reach up and then fold over. Bring your spine up and open that right leg out to the right. Turn toward your bent knee, and with your opposite right hand, take hold of the knee, twist toward the left. Then reach your left arm up and side bend toward your straight leg. So you're side bending toward your right leg, twisting toward the left, and really opening up some space on that left-hand side. Come all the way back upright, and let's take both legs out into a V shape. Now, if this is really tight for you, either inner thighs or hamstrings or both, do this with your knees bent. I find that feels a whole lot better when there's a lot of tension in this pose. Now, you can choose to be upright or even a little bit back, or you can start to bring your torso forward, maybe walking your arms out in front of you. Again, go into the stretch gently without any force and just really taking your time with mild to moderate sensation. Bring your torso up slowly. Draw your legs back to center, and let's lay down on our backs. As you lie down, bring your knees to your chest, and you can either hold the knees in, maybe adding a little movement, rolling from side to side on those lower back muscles, or take hold of the soles of your feet, come into happy baby pose. And same thing, you can add in some movement if you want to, or be more still. Lower your feet down onto the mat and wrap your right leg all the way over your left as if you were sitting cross-legged. Lift and shift your hips a little bit to the right. Twist your knees over to the left and open your right arm to the right. If you find any discomfort twisting with your legs crossed like this, you can untwist and just stack your knees instead of having them crossed. yourself back to center and unwind your legs. Wrap your left leg over your right leg. Lift and shift your hips a little to the left and twist your knees over to the right. Open your left arm out to the left. Twist back to center and stretch all the way out into Shavasana for your final rest. Slowly start to bring back some movement. And eventually take your arms overhead into a nice big stretch. Bend up both knees and slowly roll over onto one side from there. And gradually bring yourself up to seated. Thank you so much for joining this practice and for completing day 1 of our 14-day challenge. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.